Welcome back, YouTube. This is JAC Antics, and today we are doing podcast episode number 26. Man, it's been a long time coming. And today we have two illustrious guests today. We have the Ignorant Menace. No,
I am not an ignorant menace. I like to think of myself as a curator of the arts, and ignorance is not your enemy. We must all remember, without ignorance, there can be no enlightenment. Let the ignorance coalesce.
I thought you were about to say without ignorance there couldn't be bliss, but now been real poetic. I was like, oh, okay. And then we have the man who watches movies all day trying to be the Terminator.
What? First of all, I don't watch movies all day, just on the weekends.
He trying to get into his inner Terminator.
Not saying I will, but if I did, you'd be the first one on the list.
Wow. Okay. The reading gamer. Okay. All right.
Y'all didn't hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
No problemo.
No problemo. Hasta la vista, baby.
I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So today, we got a couple things that's been going on in the news, as y'all seen, from chip shortages to retro gaming being, I believe, at its highest right now because of the chip shortage and what's going on in our country and everything with the tariffs and stuff like that. And then even Xbox having their own problems, not even just with the chip shortage, is mostly internals from new management to what direction are they really trying to go, since they pretty much given up a lot of their IPs and I believe trying to find their identity. So with all that, let's start with the chip shortages. What do you guys think of the advantages that and the effects of what the chip shortage? Well, I don't think advantage is a great word. I will say
I'm about to say ain't no advantage.
the disadvantages of what the chip shortage has bring to not just with gaming, just technology in general.
I can tell you what, as a hobby PC builder, the main disadvantage is component price. Because it's simple. Back in the day, I built this computer that I'm talking to you on right now. I built it. I got two 16 gigabyte sticks of RAM. Got 32 gigabytes. It was maybe $80. Though the exact same sticks of RAM are $236 right now. The price of entry for like PC building and upgrading was already high for the average consumer, and now it's just went out astronomically. The prices of not only RAM but storage and graphics cards is so high. It's just not even, unless you're like scrapping parts or you're using like PCs that have already been built. There's no point in buying new components right now. It's just ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. I think because people that can't afford these things such as like GPUs and all these certain things to build a PC nowadays, they pretty much keeping those prices up because it's just like, oh, the company's going to see like, oh, they still going to buy it anyway. We can do anything we want to, even if it comes to a point where it's not a shortage. So it can be a double-edged sword, because it's just like, all right, you trying to sell to all these companies, but when and if the companies that using AI, because that's part of the problem with the data centers and stuff, with all these data centers being built and them needing RAM and different things like that, what if it comes to a point and say in the near future AI pretty much the bubble pops what if they keep the prices the same because people are still buying these things? Like that's a question that needs to be raised as well.
It depends as well, because I don't know if y'all heard, it's like some quantum computing, or there's been some advancements in that going on. So apparently the RAM usage should not be as high as it is. So you're starting to see like it's kind of minuscule, but there's like a slight dip in prices.
Okay.
Because now they can like kind of consolidate half like the processing for it.
Right. Okay.
Granted, I still wouldn't buy anything, because you start buying stuff now, you're gonna start showing them, oh, it is okay to start selling 16 gigs of RAM for $1,000.
Right. This is sick. You can get 64. You can get two 32 gigabyte sticks for $500, $600 right now. It's like it's not even feasible. Like, if anybody was building a PC, if you aren't getting a pre-built on a discount or a clearance, I'd just wait until these prices drop significantly.
Yeah.
And also be careful with how you drive your car, because if any computer component goes out on that, you're gonna be SOL for whatever replacement to come in as well.
Yeah, it's not even other industries that you wouldn't even think about, because they rely on circuit boards too. They're affected by the same issue.
Right, because like other than like EVs, like what newer, like certain newer cars, they still got computer chips in them in order to run?
Almost all of them. Newer cars, like anything from 2020 or 2022 on up, they have entire systems, or they might have an infotainment system that is linked to the internals of the car. So basically, without that big touchscreen in the middle, the car won't run. So yeah, all of your newer cars have that type of setup.
Okay, yeah, because that's you really don't really knows like how much like technology has really integrated in society nowadays, because of how easy like it is to use things. And I think we probably like take things for granted, like, oh, okay, that we can just easily get those things. But now it's just like the consumer, we really have to take our power back as a consumer, and not like fold to these certain like entities to be like, oh, okay, like it's okay to do this and do that. And I think we will really see it later in the podcast when we talk about Xbox and how they are doing things. But as far as this chips, what would you say is like, do you think the timeline for AI? Because AI is not just a new phenomenon. This has been a thing since the 60s, when they had ups and downs and it crashed. Like it's always been a crash. Like, do you think that, and I wouldn't say for the listener out there just to be like, oh, just wait for the crash. We don't know if it is or is not, is going to crash or not, or the timeline of it. But naturally, like with something like this is just pushing like that, and the way that AI is like losing money a lot of the time is not very sustainable, like this business model or practice.
Oh, it's bleeding big time, because I mean, if you look at it, ChatGPT, like 3 weeks ago, started putting ads in it. Because there's no money being made. It's just money being passed around in investments, but no one's making a profit off of it.
Yeah,
they're cooking the books, sending it from X company to Y company to Z company back to X company, but they're all the companies owned by the same person. So yeah, it looks good on paper, but really nobody's making any money. And then the thing is the novelty of it all. Like, it's amazing that you can use like Sora to create your own animated series or funny memes and things like that. And
they shut that down now. Did you hear?
Seriously?
Yeah, they either they have already or they're about to shut down Sora.
Wow. Oh wow!
Because they're not sustaining with this going on.
Exactly, and we're seeing it in real time. Like, some AI can help, because I feel like with things like ChatGPT are natural progressions of like online encyclopedias like Wikipedia. Before before you asked Chat GPT everything, you asked Google. Then before Google, before search engines were good enough or reliable enough to give you reliable information every time, you went to Wikipedia. And then before that, of course, you had to use a book. But there's sort of a natural progression. So there is a place for AI, but a lot of the uses for AI currently, like widespread, seem to be novelties, just stuff you can play around with and have fun.
Yeah.
And that's not what you build a multi-million or billion-dollar data center for.
Right. And they're using all these chips, and just like, all right, for the consumer, for like as a gamer, this is affecting me, because it's like, oh, okay, what if I want to like upgrade my PC? I can't really upgrade it because it's just like everything is like everything that shouldn't be overpriced, like $1,000, is overpriced. And it's like, this chip is like a year old. Like, this price should have been went down by now. I'll understand like certain chips like that just come out, they're gonna be an arm and a leg to like get, because they're new. That's understandable. But certain chips that are like old, like 2 years old, and somebody that's trying to get started into PC gaming or even upgrade their stuff with something a little bit is new to them, but it's still older on the market, they shouldn't have to go to like a local Amazon, or what's another one, like
Micro Center
or something like that, and just feel like overwhelmed with these prices. It's like and then I think, wouldn't Nvidia like negotiating to not even sell to like people, like nobody but businesses?
I think Nvidia, I know Micron did it for sure.
Okay.
But I think it is Micron again, because I think their name came up as something I was looking at. I think they made a oopsie, because I think they started saying, hey guys, businesses aren't really buying our stuff like that, so hey, can you come back?
Please come by from us, please.
Like,
See, I think they realized they made a oopsie with saying, yeah, we're not selling to consumers anymore.
Yeah, that's one thing. The supply and demand is all over the place now, because some data centers have bought. They promised to buy the stock of these companies, of the RAM from them, all the way up until the end of 2027. But the problem is they're not turning around the profit. So there's gonna be. I can't predict it, or I'm not a stock market expert or anything like that. But I feel within the near future, if not by next year, we're gonna see a significant dip in not only RAM prices but other component prices, because of all of the overstock that was supposedly promised to be purchased by these data centers. That's just gonna be flooding the market.
And I'm here waiting on it.
Me too.
I think so what, we all in agreement, like a year and a half.
Looking for it in the daylight with a flashlight.
So yeah. So
hopefully no later than 2027, early 28.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you see like what most of the data centers like pretty much not well, I think some data centers will still be around, but a lot of the mass production of it will like decline.
I think some have already halted at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's soon. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. I'm just gonna walk into Dollar General and go to the electronics section, and I'm just gonna throw them all in my little yellow cart.
Just throw it in the bag.
In the bag.
What you Dorn's aiming, balling on the budget?
No, not balling on the budget. We about to
ball out.
Man, about to get all the retro Sega Genesis they have in there.
Oh,
exactly.
Hey, that is a good segue, because now, due to the chip shortage and everything, retro games have definitely made a comeback, and even to the point, did you know GameStop, your local GameStop, even though you know a lot of people don't like GameStop is trying to sell retro games, not just your mom and pop shop in your local whatever city you're in that you're listening to right now, but GameStop is trying to integrate retro gaming and even have people like play like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or whatever, like have little tournaments and stuff. At least at the local GameStop I'm at. It's like yeah.
LGS stands for local game store and local GameStop. It's crazy.
It just happened with GameStop is GameSlop.
Oh yeah.
So
that's what it is. Any place that can have a Magic tournament or Yu-Gi-Oh tournament is they call them like that's your LGS, your local game store. So it's about to. It's curious. It's curious.
So with all that, it's like, do you think since the chip shortage price is going up, do you think since people are migrating back, and it's going to be some grifters there too, are migrating back to just retro consoles and these type of things, do you think they're going to run the prices up because they're going to be like, oh, we see that you like this now? Well,
it's kind of a thin line because I mean, GameStop used to be the place where you would go to get pre-owned retro games back in the day. Yeah, man, it was like GameStop used to be like the mecca for anything gaming, and now you just go to get your Switch or your PS5 or your Xbox stuff, and then there's not much. But I mean, I see them. I understand it seems like they're kind of grasping at straws, trying to expand because the business model that they kind of bottleneck themselves in is starting to take them under. Is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, well, they've been going under for a while, man. You know, like they closed so many stores, and I think it's their own fault because one, you was trying to cheapskate people. Like, you know, this game has just came out talking about, oh, we can only give you $8 store credit because this game is not in demand. Sir, this came out a month ago.
And then turn around and sell it for 40.
Yeah.
Boy, it was a dirty world and a dirty game. I remember the first time I sold my first game to GameStop, boy. I thought I got in there. I had like 6 games. I came out with $17. I was hurt.
You had more in-store credit.
I didn't need in-store credit. I needed in-hand cash.
Our server, you can buy more games in the store. Don't you want the neat collectibles?
No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that Mario hat or that Zelda sword that they're selling.
But we got
Minecraft one.
Nobody wants that, man.
And that's why they're pivoting to selling Magic. They trying to get the cardboard crackheads in there. Because Magic will pull some characters to your location.
Not even a person, characters.
Indeed, like this person, a wild individual has appeared, not a person, an individual.
So, don't they also grade your cards too?
I don't know. I don't know that, man.
I thought I heard that at one point.
I don't go to GameStop like that, bro.
Said I'm an elevated human being.
Not either. It's just what I heard because I wouldn't be surprised because if they're losing money and they're trying to grade people's cars, I wouldn't be surprised. They just like, you know what, we're gonna up the price and swap out your card for a fake, and then we get paid off of it.
So yeah. So the money laundering game gonna be crazy.
So even with that, it just like them, because the last time I've been there, I was like, I didn't even see that many retro games that they have. Is like, are the people that trying to migrate into retro gaming, or are they just buying these consoles that has like games loaded to it already, or they actually going to buy old consoles or old handhelds, because I believe that I read somewhere like the handhelds are like selling out more than like those big old consoles like the PS3 or the PS2 and stuff like that. Like handhelds are like the way for retro gaming more than the older, bigger home consoles.
I mean, it makes sense because it's portable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely the portable form factor, and plus it's even back in its heyday. Like the PSP was one of the most easily customizable controllers, one of the most easily customizable consoles ever. You could play back in the day. You could play Game Boy Advance and Super Nintendo games on your PSP. So if you knew how to get that going, and now we're seeing on Amazon the companies like Ambernick, and some of these other companies, they're creating their own little custom handheld consoles, and they're preloading them with hundreds of different games on them. Because all it takes is you can get an SD card with 3-4 gigabytes on it and play 3 or 4 generations of games. So you're seeing there's multiple different ways to go about it. And I mean, if you're the type of person that doesn't, if you're grown, you don't have a lot of time in the day, you want to feel a little bit of nostalgia, then yeah, you're gonna go on Amazon, you're gonna grab that, and you're gonna play that. You're gonna play Super Smash Brothers 64, or you're gonna play Kirby or Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green at the same time. Yeah, I'm not
yourself.
Exactly. I'm not speaking from experience, but I am channeling. Yeah,
I'm not, but I am.
I'm not, but I am. Is crazy. That's crazy, bro. But
I didn't commit the crime, but I did it anyway.
Whoa! I don't remember doing it. I had a dream I did it, but that ain't the same thing as if I did do it. But even though I didn't do it, I had a dream that I might have did it, but I didn't do it, so I didn't do it.
Respect. I'm nothing.
Saw that boy from the interview. I didn't use the N-word because they didn't hear me do it. But I know I didn't do it because no one heard me.
Oh man.
They used the word adjacent to that word, but I didn't specifically use that word.
Respect. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so I would say like even with that, just because like these people are running to the stores now to pretty much it seems like it's more of an age where we at right now, the age of ownership again, because it's a fight right now with digital ownership and physical ownership, because you can see with companies are trying to do now, and it seems like I'm not, it really seems like what my opinion is that companies are taking away more and more access to ownership to make sure that the consumer owns nothing, and they depend on the company rather than the company depend on the consumer as far as like ownership. So right now, I me personally believe in, like, I think that physical copies of stuff are more important, because as far as gaming, like, we are the worst at having like history being held. Like, all these games that came out, like, there's no real deal physical library or digital backup to all this stuff. So it's like, if a game gets lost to time, it just gets lost to time, and it's only getting worse if we allow it to happen. And I believe that this chip shortage is probably the best and worst thing to happen, because now a lot of younger people are digging back in the crates to see what was before, and they get to enjoy gaming, and we might get back I hope we might get back to a time where people just enjoy games, because now it's like you see grifters, you see people online just wanting to play games just because it looks good. Oh, is it pretty enough? Does it make it sparkle in my eye? And not really the main thing about video games. It's just, is the story good? Is it fun to play? So, what are your thoughts on that aspect of ownership from like companies and stuff?
Well, as a graphics whore myself, I must say
oh my,
that yes, I do love the pretties. I love the Red Dead Redemptions and the Crimson Deserts where particle effects are everywhere. But I came from the trenches. I came from the realm of the Nintendo 64 where everything was blocky and triangular. I went to the Xbox where everything looked kind of good. And then I went to the PlayStation 3, the era where everything had a sepia or a grayscale filter. And I came to the PS4, and then I went to the PS5, and then I came to the PC, the promised land. And I can say that
the promised
you
land.
get
then when you went to the PL,
I went to the mountaintops from the valleys below. And I've come to say, even though coming from an aesthetic standpoint, I do like games with good graphics, and I do prefer fidelity. There is a soft spot for pure gameplay. That'll never kind of leave my mind, is that gameplay is going to be over graphics, even though I do have an aesthetic leading towards it. But I mean, these days, especially with ownership, you have to kind of think about it as that companies don't raise money like they did back in the day. And back in the day, it was just you brought the console, then you brought the game, and then now they got so many subscriptions that it's less about sales and it's more about sustainability and expansion. How can we keep the people paying this $10-$20 a month? How can we keep that coming in, and can we move that up a little bit so they'll continue? And if we move that up a little bit, will they continue to pay that, or will they fall off? Or maybe we'll add this product in and throw it in like that. So the paradigm has changed in the way that companies make their money. So they're trying to change the way ownership works. And I mean, the only way to really combat it is to man, you got to protest with your wallet. If Xbox comes with some type of Game Pass upgrade and you're not with it, and you might like your Game Pass games, but I mean, just cancel that subscription. If enough people cancel their subscriptions, then there's gonna come a point in time where these companies are gonna get in line and they're gonna do what the consumer wants.
Okay. But it's crazy you mentioned like the Xbox Game Pass. Now, the Game Pass is a good and bad thing, because it's like that's where it gets tricky, because it's just like, okay, you get to save money because people you get access to so many games, but do a lot of people finish those games, or they just like nibbling here, nibbling there,
the latter.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm being serious, because, and maybe this is just a personal gripe of mine, but from what I notice, how you get served something is kind of how you think about it. If you're, I don't know, like 6 or 7 today, and this is how you're looking at games, because games are being served to you as a service. I can get a little here, get a little there. It's not the same as you going to the store and buying it, and it's like, well, this is the only thing I got to play. I'm gonna play the heck out of it.
Right.
No, I know I got access to hundreds and thousands of games. It doesn't create a mindset for you to care about what's out there or to thoroughly play. You just don't care as much. So the kids now are not going to care about owning anything, because it's like, It'll be there on somebody's server somewhere. I just gotta boot up my Xbox or PlayStation or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and then one day they'll take it down, and then now you can't find it.
And they shut it down, and then Cookmaster 3000, the second coming of the chef, is no longer available, and now you got a whole bunch of people going crazy because they can't find the cooking game.
Can't play Overcooked 4.
Oh my god!
But I mean, yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But the mindset has already been ingrained for a lot of the younger kids. So I'm not gonna say it's too late, but something will have to change to make them not see it that way. A lot of us see it differently because we grew up with, well, either your parents got you something, or you use your allowance money to get something, and that's all you had.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure if we had access to 200 plus games, you probably feel the same way as them now.
Probably
Right.
so. Probably so. Yeah. Yeah.
You got 200 plus games. Yeah, it's gonna be the way the dopamine works is gonna hit different. You're gonna play this game, then this game, then this game, then this game, instead of just playing them all the way through. Then once something happens and then you only got 1 or 2 games, then that's when you start playing games all the way through. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and leading in that segue, since talk about Game Pass and Xbox, their drop off. Now, there's a lot of things with Xbox that didn't happen, from them firing their old leadership to now bringing in a new guard, them getting rid of a lot of their important IPs over the years, such as Halo. What else they gave away? They gave away a lot of stuff.
Forza,
Gears of War,
PS, PlayStation,
Gears of War, everything like that, and
Forza.
And for a while, it was just like, okay, everybody's like working all together. This is like the gamer's dream. It's like, oh, I can play anything across the board. It don't matter. But
except Nintendo.
Except Nintendo. But Nintendo is its own. Nintendo is its own thing. They always been their own little thing. So
they're like that one kid that doesn't want to play with everybody else's toys. They got that one toy that they're gonna go to, and they're gonna play the hell out of it.
Right.
I'm gonna play with my Slinky. You can go play with that other stuff.
Whoa.
Well, you're a 90s kid. You know what a Slinky is.
Yeah. I do know what a Slinky is. But
I see somebody be playing with a Slinky.
Stupid.
But yeah. But in the essence of just like Xbox doing that, is like you think that it was like some type of camaraderie, I guess, because the whole console war thing, that's it is what it is, for a consumer. But as for the businesses, that's good thing. Competition breeds like excellence, and that goes for anything with that. EA, I wish they would have, this is a sidebar, but I wish EA would have went ahead and made their college basketball game, because I believe 2K really needs some competition in that aspect of games. But that's my 2 cents there. But we're just gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. But as for Xbox, they pretty much, I believe, losing their identity over the years and buying up all these studios and not really using them properly. They put themselves in the hole money wise as a division, even though Microsoft makes a lot of money as a division. And now it's like they're in the talks of not making consoles anymore, which is bad, because if they don't make consoles anymore, PlayStation is just going to run rampant, and that's not good. we don't need Sony. We don't need Sony to be by themselves to be alone with their own vices.
I mean, we already see the effects of that in Europe, so.
Oh, what are they doing in Europe?
It's what some people are calling like the Sony tax, because apparently over there on Europe's PSN, like they've been charging people like I think a 40% extra charge just because.
Just because? What?
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's something like that. It's an extra charge that like only people in the EU are getting.
Oh man, you need to find that article. I'm gonna link it to the thing.
That's a Brexit tax, golly. Great.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine if they're, because Nintendo's doing their own thing, so they're not directly competing. So
Yeah.
if it's just them, I can imagine they do the same thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
I'm my bad. What are you about to say?
you good? No, I was just saying, Xbox just I feel like Xbox kind of the past, not even the consoles in the first place, is just like the way they've been playing around, the way they played their hand during the Xbox One and then the Xbox One X's time was just kind of it was kind of subpar. Because I mean, Microsoft is a $1 billion entity, but they don't make a lot of money from the gaming division. I feel as though they kind of got what they kind of got out what they put in. They built consoles that had a lot of functionality, but just weren't as powerful as they advertised, and they weren't as powerful as the competitor consoles that were with Sony. Like the Xbox One and the Xbox One X weren't as powerful as the PS4 or the PS5 in graphical fidelity or performance. They were almost the same, but every time they did a head-to-head comparison, Xbox was slightly under, or way under. It never came out on top necessarily. So I feel like they've been phoning it in with the consoles lately, and they're kind of grasping at straws now with all of these different offerings that they're putting on the table. It's kind of like a too little too late point at this point, I feel, and I hate it, because I picked the original Xbox over the PlayStation 2 back in 2005 or 6 or whenever I got it, but it's like it's like a legacy. It's like a legacy's dying.
Yeah, and in a way, because it was basically the spiritual successor of Sega in a way, because it just felt like that.
Dreamcast.
Right. And this, I don't want them to just like give up on just stop making consoles. They need to just take a chance. I would say take a chance. If I was like in those meetings, I was like, take a chance on an IP that hasn't been done before, because you have teams that you got from studios just like Hi-Fi Rush, which like that was an excellent game, and you closed the studio right after they did numbers.
Right. You got the talent. You have the talent. You have the revenue, and you have the reputation. Just look, baby, roll the dice, baby. Come on now.
I think they need to get some of the suits out of those negotiations for these studios.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because I think that's all it is they're just too afraid to be like, oh, well, it's new. How much profit could it possibly make?
Yeah, it's less about creativity and imagination, and more about what's gonna appease the shareholders and what's gonna make the sales quotas.
Yeah, because they doing stuff like trying to merge Netflix with Game Pass and do cloud gaming, and we seen Google do that before, and it didn't roll over too well. That was like a 6-month stint before they just closed.
Stadia?
Yeah, before they closed their doors on that.
Exactly. Look, I'm a big boy. If I want to get Netflix, I'll just purchase Netflix. I do not need a Netflix Xbox Game Pass combo.
Because what would that even mean? You gonna get ads in the game?
Well, Netflix. Netflix started doing games in Netflix too. Like you can play like these games and stuff.
Well, and I'm
Yeah.
just saying, but like if they merged it into the subscription, like I almost feel like if you have like a cheaper tier, I feel like that'd be like a cheap way at some point to just be like, if you pause the game, oh, here's an ad for a Netflix show.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They could. That definitely could be a possibility because that's what they did with Android games. I remember when smartphones first became popular, you go to the App Store and get a game, and it didn't just be an actual game. You could play through it. It'd be like an RPG or like a little bit action game you could play with your friend over Wi-Fi, things like that. And then ads started popping in, and then you gotta watch the 25-second ad, and then you got to in order to go back into play, and it just kind of snowballed out of control to what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Live service always on.
Yeah. Nah. I don't know what they have to do.
Just imagine seeing that on your TV.
They do what?
And just imagine seeing that on your TV, you're playing Gears of War, the new Resurrection, the new remaster, and then you pause the game, and they're pushing Sky Rizzy in your face.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. There's actually a patent out there to do that by Roku already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
It detects like any pause in the HDMI cable. It's just like, let me play this ad.
Yeah,
they look like they want to buy something.
no, we don't. We don't.
It might be in the kitchen. Would you like some cutlery?
No.
Are you still watching, or would you like to purchase? Would you like to purchase a new remote, please?
Please.
Would you like some
Awesome.
Charmin? Because I'm pretty sure you're in the toilet right now.
Watching Netflix is wild in the charm.
You on the toilet?
I'm
watching
pretty
Netflix.
sure people at work do it.
This is wild work. That's wild work right
You
there.
just in the stall watching Netflix on your phone.
You watching a 3-hour movie, you on the stall for 3 hours.
People do it.
You're still watching? Please purchase some wet wipes while you wait.
I got a family at home. I gotta finish Stranger Things at work.
No, I had to watch ahead. I'm sorry.
Shoot. I about to say Abbott Elementary, but they not even on that. They on Hulu.
And that hashtag, how about to say hashtag? one of the most underrated shows out.
Oh man, yeah, we gotta talk about that one because I watched the last episode of the season. Boy, whew, yeah, I was like, bruh, yeah, that's a good show. But yeah, let's stay on topic. So, so with Xbox, everything like that, they just really got to buckle down, especially since they got new leadership now, and I hope it's just not a figurehead, that she's not just a figurehead and she actually makes some better decisions.
Definitely.
Besides this whole Game Pass stuff.
Yeah, that, and I think they're trying to incorporate like AI into this somehow.
I mean, she was the old head of the AI division, so
Yeah.
Mm.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. It's a lot of stuff that's going on. But hopefully the Xbox, we rooting for Xbox to stay in the console division and not just to be
like a publisher or something.
Yeah, a publisher. Because no, it's like we don't want that, because like it's just bad. It's just bad all the way around for the consumer, especially for Sony, because Sony even had something on your PS5 where you have to sign up, because they got new privacy laws now, a privacy thing.
Oh yeah, for like your kid, it's like if you're the adult on the console, you have to make sure that they're aware of the ratings of games that they play.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but yeah, we rooting for Xbox. Hopefully they stay around a little bit longer.
Hey, as long as they keep them servers on, because I got some digital games with my Series S.
Look, man, Microsoft, Go on, spend that money, man. Come on.
Spend that money.
Y'all
Come on.
You got the technology. You got the people. Just stop.
You have Hideo Kojima.
Man,
you got the GOAT of gaming for years. He turned a third-person shooter into a fucking action movie.
shoot,
Come on.
shoot, make a High Five Rush too.
You know, he's making a game with them that's exclusively with them that uses cloud computing. It's supposed to come out in like a year or two.
Kojima.
Yep.
Hmm.
That horror movie. Well, not a horror movie. It looks like a horror movie. The one they keep having trailers for.
Well,
Oh yeah, I was about to say Metal Gear Nimbus because it's clouds.
Oh
Well-
no, he is working on that. I think it's called Fizzit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the not Metal Gear, but Metal Gear for his company.
Well, we'll just have to
Okay.
we'll have to just cover that once it come out. You know, it's gonna be at some type of event. They're gonna show gameplay because that's what I'm looking for now. I need gameplay. Just like I think you sent the Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I'm not that too much excited. It's just like this is nice.
I mean, yeah, it's a Xenoverse. I like it, but it ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, I need to get this ahead of everything else.
No.
I think all that was spent on Xenoverse 2. When Xenoverse 2 came out, I was hyped, but I mean, this one, I might pick this one up, but it's definitely not gonna be for a day one purchase.
But,
It depends what else is out at that time.
Right.
But yeah, I will say Xbox, get your stuff together and put out some
Y'all got the technology.
and put out some brand new IPs. Take some chances. Take risks.
Sony needs some new IPs too, so you know, just to be fair,
Just to be fair, yes, they do. And
Yeah.
EA,
they be dropping IPs every console.
oh yeah, and EA, get y'all stuff together, cause even though they evil corporation, they need to get their stuff together and challenge Take-Two Interactive directly with this these sports games, cause yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it with the basketball.
Electronic Arts, more like electronic farts.
Boy, it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCount.
All right. On that note, we
This guy.
it's out the mud, y'all. it's JAC Antics. It's out the mud, y'all. Oh, but
I'm just saying.
Boy, I'm gonna post in the edit. I'm gonna put a picture of Tony
Yeah,
Allen.
that took me back to like 2003 with that one.
All right, now regular show. So yeah, we gonna come back next time and make sure that we're gonna put out some more stuff. Yeah, I know I've been away for a while. I appreciate my my hostess with the mostest. They came down here to do their thing, and we'll say, see y'all next time. We're gonna come back better, and we're gonna just keep putting out these putting out these podcasts. Until next time, this is JAC Antics. Peace.